Look at all this CGI in 1996.
Virtual reality will rehabilitate your mind and eventually your body. Is your name?
Who's Joe?
He was a lawnmower man.
Yeah. Well, I saw this last weekend. I meant to get around to reviewing it, but I just didn't get a chance. Now here, I mean, I meant to review this a couple of weeks ago, actually, so I'm a little late because I was watching these VCRs of death. I started out with Lawnmower Man 1. I gave that a really perfect score. And now we get to 2, and, nobody really warned me about 2, but 2, here it is, okay. Now, I'm going to tell you the title. If you haven't seen the title of this video, if you didn't bother to read the entire title, you just clicked on the video, what are you doing here? It's above average. Did this movie need to be made? Not in the draft it was in. Now, I would say that when you look at these, if you start, look, so Stranger Things is kind of based off of Goonies and Super 8, but Goonies came before this movie, right? 11 years. And when I'm looking at it, I'm thinking, okay, you got a bunch of kids. Okay, so you got the same. The only actor that's the same is the kid from the first movie, right? So you got Job, who's Matt Frewer. I remember him from Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. You might remember him from Star Trek: The Next Generation. He's got that old white beard now. He's just like an old man. Look like an old man. He's got no hair on his head. Got a beard. He was in Generation X pilot. He was in Supernatural, and I know he was in something else, but that's the stuff I can remember. Character actor from Canada, and so when I saw the trailer for the first movie, I thought the CGI monster was always there, like Freddy Krueger, but from the internet and not from dreams. But it was just there at the very end. He was never a constant horror movie monster. It was an origin story. Now, what would have worked? So the setup is Los Angeles in sort of a post-apocalypse, but it's more like a dark dystopian Blade Runner type future, which I do like the setup, and I do like the weird setup. We had some actor play the Doctor from the first movie, but no Pierce Brosnan because he was doing GoldenEye. So that's understandable. It's understandable you're going to do GoldenEye and not go back to this, but it would have been nice. The end of the first movie ended with Job somehow being alive and taking over everything. Job became the social media. Job became the internet, right? Because that first movie was in 92, and this is in 96 when the internet was just like a year old. By the time I got to junior college, they took away a lot of the typewriters that you paid a quarter and you type your paper on the typewriters, and they put in computers, like internet-ready computers that would take you to Netscape, and beyond Netscape was Hotmail and Yahoo and all that, and pop-up porn ads. Those are the 90s, yep, and 500 free minutes of AOL. This is 1996, so Job represents the ultimate form of the internet. Now, what would have worked is if we had no body. Now, they find the body somehow in an explosion. Somehow the body survived, even though I think he looked like warped shit, didn't he? He was beyond recognition. He was beyond anything. There was no body left. It was like a flat, it looked like a pancake body, like there was nothing there to salvage. What could have worked better is if Matt Frewer played a comatose patient who was brain dead and could never come back to life, but somehow he's still on life support. And Job would put his soul into the body of Matt Frewer, and Matt Frewer would be Job. Okay? So whoever John Doe would be, John Doe is now Job, paralyzed, but come back to life because Job is in the computers, right? That would have been the easiest believable sort of stupid plot that I would have completely bought it, because somehow his intelligence is so great that he has gone beyond the cyberspace. I mean, I think that's what it's called, beyond cyberspace, but now it's called Job's War. But I like the beyond cyberspace. Uh, I know you're trying to say that Job's war is that with the war within himself. Because at the end of this, he sort of redeems himself, even though he killed people, right? He knew he was killing people. So you have a new the guy who invented virtual reality, who lives in the he lives in the mountains. He lives in the actually lives in canyons. He lives in like prairie cowboy country. He lives off the grid. You got the sexy former girlfriend, former scientist. He this the creator of virtual reality, the one I think Patrick Bergen plays. He ran away from his responsibilities and he just ran to get off the grid. You got the evil scientist who's in charge of the technology that the first Doctor that Pierce Brosnan was in charge of. So his technology is taken away and uh, it's given to the guy in charge. Okay, you got different actors. It's The movie started out very well, in which we had new settings, new places. Did this movie need to happen? It didn't need to happen, but it could have happened better. And it could have happened better with having the kids focused more. Now, when you look at the kids and their virtual bikes and everything, this is before Jumanji. And I don't mean Robin Williams Jumanji. I mean The Rock, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, and Jack Black, and what is it, Hart, right? Kevin Hart, kind of Jumanji, where everybody's in the virtual world assuming different roles. Okay, the kids are the same, but they ride these light cycles in the jungle, and it's just like Jumanji. So this is before Jumanji, many years before Jumanji. And you have a dog, but we don't see the dog after the back half of the movie. So we only see the dog in the first half. And just the setup with the weird dystopian future where everything's dark. You got helicopter flashlights all around, wind everywhere. Everybody's got like weird Back to the Future Part Two gear on. There's flying cars kind of floating around. Future tech somehow. People are hacking. You got the kids. The hero of this is a little thief and a terrorist. He's hacking into people's stuff. Um, Obviously, there's no familiarity of the first movie, just Job and the kid, and that's about it. And the program. Job just wants more power. He wants to take over everything. But I wish there was more to it. Um, but I like that he's trying. What he would, I think, ultimately, what he's trying to do could have been refined a little bit better, which is just take people away from, creating the Matrix and then just, putting people into virtual reality forever, creating the world they wanted. I think that's what he was trying to do, but it was very convoluted. It was very convoluted and distracted by the tropes of the villain dying, bad character, bad fate, good character, good fate, uh, stepping on a stick and awaking the guards or some shit like that. Just little tropes, little things that characters say to one another that they're going to get killed later on. There was just too many cliches that ruined what could have been a much better movie. So the dystopian future, and I would have liked to have seen the CGI creature come back because that's sort of iconic, right? That's that iconic thing that was in Lawnmower Man. We didn't see that creature again except as a archive from the first movie. We never saw that thing come back. It's just never came back. So we just saw like Matt Frewer in a weird costume, but I think it just lost its momentum. So I will give this movie between like a 3.3, somewhere between a 3.3, 3.0 and 3.5. That's where I am on this movie. This movie did not need to happen, but it could have happened much better. It could have happened a lot better. Um, that's it. I want to go back to goth metal lore and look at some last minute stuff later on. Maybe this weekend, maybe not. I do not know. But I will focus more on that and try to get some. I mean, you could go through the goth metal lore playlist and see some of those things. Uh, I'm just not excited for many more movies except Fantastic Four, and that's about it. And also, I'm watching Forrest Gump again, and I'm watching 3:10 to Yuma. That's the new one, not the old one, not the Glenn Ford. And then there's Public Enemies with Johnny Depp, which I have not seen yet. Let me know if you've seen Public Enemies and what you thought of it.